Welcome to Expat American. I am the Expat American here with Mrs. Expat American. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to spend a night and a day in a cabin in Russia on the prairie? Well, is it a prairie? In a field. Wonder no more, because Svetlana and I are going to have a romantic time here for you to see what it's like. Come join us now with Balkovsky as the cameraman.
Okay.
Loud, darling. In case you're wondering, so I've just noticed that there are certain words it's better for me not to say if I'm making a video about Russia that is potentially friendly.
Ну тогда хоть покажу муфельную печку покажу. Это как вагончик такой, да?
That God with us.
We took the train from Voronezh and now we are back in Kaluga, the little town that we passed on our way from Moscow to Voronezh. And this time we're not making a 30-minute stop.
Нет, Россия вообще сейчас чистая, в принципе, практически везде. Очень мало где.
Okay, so it is sort of late at night. This is where we'll be spending the night. We got off the train at Kaluga at the end of the day, and then we drove for an hour out to the Russian countryside. I'll find out more in the morning, I'm sure, because we'll be going to bed soon. But looks like my wife wants to show me what farm life might be like in Russia. And hopefully we can also see the city of Kaluga tomorrow as well. And I can't wait to see what it looks like out the window when the sun comes up, because I can tell underneath the moonlight it looks very beautiful. I can only imagine what it would be like when we wake up. Is this a place for one family or multiple families, or?
It's like a mini hotel for several families. But this is my first time. I'm trying to explore it now. Let's do it together.
Yeah. So this is a bedroom that we're not using. So that's why I wonder if it's a place for a large family, or if
I think it could be for a large
or if it's kind of like a super nice hostel where you would have different groups of people, because our bedroom is up on the second floor, and there's a little kitchen here, and you got this huge table in the main hall. I love the logs. Oh yeah, yeah. My lady. We were getting ready to go to bed, but the local farmer man that brought us here has gifted us with tvorog made from the farm and smetana, sour cream made from the farm. What is tvorog, Svetlana?
Cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese, she says. Is it safe for me to eat freshly made Russian dairy products from Russian animals?
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have our little healthy late night dessert before we go to bed. Russians put the cottage cheese in a bowl and some sour cream in a bowl, and they stir it up. And you can also add honey or jelly We don't have that, and we probably wouldn't. Well, I might put a little honey in it if I had it. Stir it up and I try it. It's very thick, and Sveta says the expression is the sour cream is so fresh, your spoon can stand up in it.
Oh, it's not fresh, it's the amount of fat is so high.
Oh, the amount of fat is so high?
Mm-hmm. And it's fresh usually, yeah. You won't buy it in the store.
It's tasty, very tasty. And chocolate chip cookies? Russia has chocolate chip cookies?
So it's actually the name of these cookies. It's at cookies Americano.
Ah, American
because
cookies.
Russians don't put the chocolate inside
Aww.
of it.
You guys are making me feel at home.
Yes.
Вкусно. My American cookie. Okay, the sun is up. I'm tired. Looks like they have a little loft living room area here with a TV. There's the balcony again. There's another bedroom. And I've noticed they have like the emergency exit signs over the doors. And each bedroom has a key to lock it. So it looks like not only America has nice things. What do you think, guys? This beautiful log cabin, bed and breakfast type place. It's incredible. It's so beautiful and fresh. And now I get to spend the day seeing what else this place has here. But first, hopefully breakfast. Hopefully there's a bed and breakfast Russian farmer waiter here. Here is the bathroom next to the kitchen. Downstairs, got a shower stall. Again, beautiful logs. And I like how the electricity works in these log cabins I've seen in Russia. It's like a switch and then just a woven wire running up the wall. And there's a lot of new construction going on outside. Everything's looking fresh. You can see they've wedged a rope into all the cracks, I assume for insulation for the logs. So, you know, they've got a glaze painted over it, a clear coat, and it's also soaked into the rope. And it feels a little bit sticky. There's our cabin.
Замок. This is where we went yesterday.
Oh, that's where we first went last night,
So that he will
just for a moment. We first drove in front of that house. We were like, what is that? It's like a little mansion out here. You can see there's a church steeple behind the trees over there. I'm sitting under the shade of a tree with a friendly dog who's wagging its tail and has been laying on the sidewalk the whole time I've been here. One of the Russian ladies just brought me a chair to sit in while I wait, and my wife talks to all the Russian men and manages things. Tea is absolutely a given wherever you wake up in Russia, but coffee is not. So I'm yawning here a little bit, but it's very cool in the shade and nice and warm in the sun. Here's a closer look at the steeple, and it, I just learned, is brand new. So that, what you're looking at, is like the size of a bedroom, and there's a steeple on top of it, which you'll see a lot in villages and even in cities in Russia. In America, a church is gonna be for like the size of 200 people to thousands of people. But in Russia, it's not uncommon to build just a small room with a steeple on top as a place for people to go and pray and meditate just whenever during the week. Not necessarily for, you know, a large, well, it can't be for a large service because you can't fit that many people in there. Looks like they've laid sidewalks in pretty recently.
На самом деле тут очень чистая вода. Пойдемте дальше.
Sitting next to the little river here, and it feels like I'm literally in Florida right now. It's hot, the birds are chirping, everything's very green. I know that it only lasts 6 months out of the year, maybe more here because we're south of Moscow. But it's really, really cool. I mean, it is so beautiful. What a beautiful country that I spent, you know, almost 40 years of my life never even thinking about or considering in any deep way. And I just asked Svete if we can see if there's any English-speaking farmers that we could chat with and learn more about this place. I wasn't going to say this because the algorithm will not like it, but I was thinking I'll say it in code. So in developing this place, they found bodies from the 40s, the 1940s, from the conflict, the world conflict, specifically the part between Russia and Germany. How's that? You understand what I mean?
This is a huge territory. It's so beautiful. So this area, that's for tourism, and they're still developing. So they have an idea to build a lot of little houses along the river. I don't know if you can see, there is a river over there. It's clean. You can swim in this river. And over there, this little house, that's there. It's a farming place for sheep. And this area is for tourism, and in the future it can be farming place. So they're like developing like crazy. So they're building a lot right now. That could be a good opportunity for farmers to come here and start their own farm. They already have some, but they're working on developing a lot of new places. And this is just the rest area where you can sit and, you know, take your time, have your meal here. There's a special place for you can barbecue if you want.
I don't know if you can see the river or not down there. We're walking along beside it, and there's a lot of fallen trees because apparently there's lots of beavers here. And back to the whole algorithm thing. I mean, if I'm making a negative video, of course I can say whatever I want. But otherwise, I've learned that my viewership goes down because the algorithm suggestion goes down if I say certain words. Here's another bench table setup next to the river. They have a gate that is locked at night, like if you're at a campgrounds, let's say, so the cars can't get through to this territory with the trees and the grass and the rolling hills and the river. And they've built a little church steeple, and they have at least one bed and breakfast that we stayed in, basically. Not that there's breakfast necessarily, but that type of setup. And other houses, I don't know if they're the same or just single family homes. And they've laid these sidewalks all around the property with the park benches and tables every few hundred meters. So this definitely looks like they're developing it for tourism, this specific section, but it looks like across the bridge, across the river, is where you've got farming going on. Here's a closer look at the mansion. My Russian's getting a little bit better. It sounds like Sveta may have secured some coffee for us. It's more than coffee.
У нас это обеспечена доставка товаров в наше Массальское потребительское общество, которому мы оказываем часть финансирования.
This little mansion that we're inside of now is actually a mini hotel, and every bedroom is designed to look differently. This is the lobby here now. Sveta's finishing her breakfast. Got a nice little bar there. And I can see, not all the lights are on, but you've got the corridors here where you would go to your bedroom. And this would be a nice place for wintertime for sure, because you'd have plenty of space to live indoors and look out the window at the snow.
This place is wonderful. It has a lot of different things, and this is one of their art, like, you know, piece of art. So it's a small pottery factory. So where these ladies, they are making all these beautiful things you can look at in these little houses.
And they're trying to mimic an old style from another Russian city?
Yes, they're taking the decorations from Yaroslavl because they want to put it exactly the same style like it used to be. So this is a small business that is like an art, somehow like an art design, like little factory. So they are making this stuff here. They are making decorations for the churches, for the cathedrals. And they're actually making it here, and they have more ceramics over there. So.
Да, вот из этой вот массы мы уже как бы делаем отминку изделий. Если тельная масса, жидкая масса, она заливается в формочку, набирает черепок, потом мы берем это все уже как бы сливаем. Залили, отмяли, потом мы уже переходим сюда. Здесь уже, да, здесь идут маленькие доработочки, где-то что-то не, ну, как бы, где-то что-то не домяли, там делается коррекция.
God with us.
God with us.
Вот роспись у нас идет изделие.
Wow.
Расписывают девочки. Это уже это, ну, изделие уже обожженное на 1200 градусов. Обжигается изделие.
It's the stove, yeah, to bake it. What is that, Sveta?
So that's the name of the city we're heading to next. And this is the year when it was founded.
Oh, wow.
It's 1231.
И у Массальского такой красивый герб. орел
And they have this symbol of
со
the city.
скипетром там.
I've come to the gate of the community that we spent the night in, and wanted to show you this. Like, look at the wildflowers here, the purple wildflowers. So these are just wild, and they are everywhere. They're all over this place. Imagine what it must be like to live in a place where your wildflowers are these beautiful purple things that, you know, other people buy at the grocery store. They also have yellow and white as well. I don't know if you can see them. Look at these guys. Beautiful. And they're just thick and everywhere. Look at the clouds. It's been raining, so it looks beautiful. Even the dark rain clouds over the green pastures here. What did you think of our cabin in the prairie in Russia? Leave a comment, like, subscribe, click the box to see what happens next. So our part 2 of this video, Sveta and I will be going to a farm in the area, and that'll be posted hopefully in a couple of days. But if you can't wait, there's actually already a video online of me at this farm with Sveta and our friend Balkovsky. I've got the link to his video down below, and don't forget, we are now on Telegram. The link to that is down below as well.